Let's have a barbecue.
What up, friends and family on YouTube? I was, y'all probably already seen my entry video for Crazy Ed's barbecue cook-off. Luckily, it extended it about the time that this was due. Family and I come down with the vid. So I'm a little late doing it. I'm going to get it in by his new deadline. I know that the challenge was to cook meat, some kind of meat, in a smoker, on a grill, or over an open fire. Well, I don't have a smoker, and my grill has fallen apart. So we're going to build a smoker out of that. I've actually got two of them. I'm going to cut the top off of one to use as the lid, and this one I'm going to cut the center of the top out so that the lid of the other one will fit on top of this one. And then we'll have to drill a hole in the side somewhere and put a pipe, and then I've got some other pieces and parts. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's going to be real quick. I'm going to get my angle grinder and cutting disc, and we'll cut this thing apart. Stick with me. Don't forget while I'm doing something like this to wear your PPE. PPE. And it also helps to plug up your tool. Okay. So there's that one. The inside of these barrels are coated, so we will need to, I got water in the bottom, but the inside of these barrels are coated, so I'm going to have to fill it full of wood and burn all the interior out as much as possible before we can use it for cooking. But this is the barrel we're going to use. I'm going to move it over to the side, and we're going to cut the top off this other. Okay, now for this one, we're going to go, and instead of cutting the top of the barrel, we're going to cut right here below this lip so that the lip and stuff will sit on top of the other barrel. Okay. Make sure you got your PPE on. Very careful on this step because you don't want to cut through this layer and this layer. Just want to cut just this outside, not the lip in here. that left us with our lip. So now should be able to other barrel. Sit right there, right back into the other one's lip, which will seal the barrel back. Right. I will take my grinder and clean up around this edge and clean up around that edge so they're not sharp. Okay. So for our next task, down here close to the bottom, I've got to cut a hole the size of my little metal pipe, and we're going to put a short piece of metal pipe onto the side of the barrel and we'll weld it in. And then I've got some PVC pipe. We're going to make a stand pipe, and that's going to let air into the barrel to the charcoal, and then it'll exit back through the hole in the lid. Alright, so here's my piece of pipe. And we're going to take it, I'm going to weld it to the side of it like this. I might put it in there anyway. So we're going to weld it to the side of it just like this. And then stick with me here. I've got this piece of PVC. We're going to just put pretty tight right there on it like that. And once we weld it in there, it'll give us our airflow. And we'll lay something on top of this to adjust the flow. Need to mark to the barrel. That way we can use the center of the dent. Drill our hole. Now, let me see if I can find my hole saw. Be right back. Well, I didn't think about it ahead of time, but I can't find my hole saw, so we're going to have to do it the hard way and drill multiple holes around it and then just clean it up. Alright, so got the hole in it. Ended up having to use the angle grinder a little bit. Sorry about that. Didn't show it. Got carried away. Alright, now that the pipe will fit in the hole, I put my grinder blade, or my grinder wheel, back on my grinder instead of the cutoff wheel. And I'm going to clean up some of that paint around the edge just a little bit, and probably scuff up the side of the pipe as well. Stick with me. Alright. There we go. Now I guess I'll get the welder out. Stay right there, don't move. Alright, I'm not a welder, but we're going to give this a try anyway. We'll see what happens. Okay, alright, I think I got the pipe on there, and I think it's a little crooked as hell, but it'll be alright. it's hot right now, or I'd go ahead and put the little pipe on it. So I'm going to grab my grinder and I'm going to clean up the mess on the barrels. Okay, so while it was still hot, I took my hammer and I hit it a little bit, and it straightened that pipe out a little bit. So now we're going to grind the edge around through here so it ain't super sharp. So, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it started raining on me when I was about halfway around through there. So, I guess I'll call it quits for today. I may go ahead and finish grinding these and everything. I don't know. I might be able to back everything up to right here underneath where I've got my camera at. I might be able to back everything up to right here. Alright, I'm back. So, with a little finagling, I was able to get it over here under the lip of the carport. I've got to hunt some screws, and we got to let me show y'all here's the only piece. Everything that I'm using for this entire project is stuff that I've had laying around. I got the barrels from where I work. It cost me nothing. The piece of pipe's just a piece of scrap I had. All the hardware pieces that I'm using are either leftovers from other projects or whatever. All the PVC pipes was left over from our bathroom project. But this is the one and only part that I had to buy, which was a 22-inch Weber grill grate. And the 22-inch grate fits right down in there. And that's what my meat will sit on. And I'll put a few sets of screws so that I can change the height of what I'll do. I'll probably put a set about right here. That way we can put stuff in this top section. I'll put a set of screws probably right above that ripple, and then maybe one more set down here because our fire basket will be down in the bottom. We don't want to get too far down. And we got to burn the inside of it out real good. Get some of that liner out of the barrel. You can see the inner liner paint stuff turning black and peeling off the inside. I'll take the wire brush and knock it off, whatever's left on it. On the barrel, I can't tell as much, but on the lid for sure it's coming off. The lid cleaned up really nice. If you can see right there through the flames, right there, when the flames move out of the way, you can see the interior stuff's peeling off too. And it even where it doesn't look like it's peeling off, the wire brush brought it off real nicely. Alright, so yesterday we did all of our cutting, grinding, smoothing, cleaning, and then we filled it full of wood and burned it all out. It burnt most of the paint off the outside. It burnt most of this stuff out of the inside. I went ahead and put the screws back in. We rinsed it off real good, and then the wife used her steamer and steamed the whole thing, lid and all. So we're ready to put the grate in, and then we will, or not the grate, but we're ready to put the I got a pan over here. Where's the pan? I lost it. Okay, got a old pizza pan. We're gonna put it down in there to catch the charcoal on, and then I couldn't find the bucket that I was going to use. I had a stainless steel bucket and I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. So I got an aluminum pan. This may or may not work. It'll probably burn it up. And I put a wire on it. So we're going to put it down in there. And that's what we're going to put the charcoal in. Yeah. Y'all hang out. Alright, now that we have our smoker built, let's prepare the meat. I'm going to do these chicken breasts, and then we're going to take these chicken breasts and make chicken salad out of them. And I also have 3 pounds of hamburger meat. I'm going to make a meatloaf. Okay, so to start with, I'm going to brine this chicken. Put it in the fridge for about an hour. Let it soak. Put it over here in this casserole dish. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here, we're going to do half a cup. You'll see that. Half a cup of salt. Half a cup of sugar. And then we're going to do quarter cup soy sauce. Gluten-free soy sauce. This will be all gluten-free, of course. I'm gonna do 1 can lemon lime soda. Which is a cup and a half. And 2.5 cups of water. Stir that till the salt and sugar dissolve a little bit. Could just pour it on in there. Stir it a little bit. Make sure it's mixed up a little bit. Then we're going to pour that in our chicken. Almost fit. rest of it will fit in there. Okay, and we're going to take our chicken, put a piece of plastic wrap on top of it, and stick it in the refrigerator for 1 hour. At least. Minimum 1 hour. Okay. Set a timer over here on the stove so that can go in there, and we'll be back in just a minute and we'll mix up the meatloaf. Alright, so the chicken's still in the refrigerator. It's still got a few minutes left to go. We're going to mix up the meatloaf and get it ready to go. Got 3 pounds of ground hamburger. I'd like to had round or chuck even, but our local store was out of both, so all I got was regular old ground. Okay, put it in there. Don't touch it yet. Let's pop it a little bit. Okay, and I cut up a few green onions. We're going to put, ooh, look at that egg. Guess we won't use that one. Try this again. So with 3 pounds of hamburger, I like to use pretty much a egg per pound. You can put 3 in it. Wash my hands real quick. A little bit of ketchup. I don't like to put a whole lot in it because I don't like it to change the color of things. Basically just for the flavor. And we got Heinz Worcestershire because it is actually gluten free. Do a bit of it there. Cheese in the meatloaf. So that's roughly a cup of cheddar. Yeah, y'all see me measure everything in the last one. We're going to do tablespoonish salt. Pepper. About the same of garlic. Okay. And then we got Scar gluten-free table crackers, saltine crackers. And this got 6 of them in it. I'm gonna use them all. Punch them up real good before I open them. May have to let the air out of them. And then punch them up. This takes me back to the Meatloaf Wars. This is a different recipe, because in the Meatloaf Wars I used grits. This one I'm doing classic meatloaf with cheese. My preferred method of meatloaf would be using stovetop stuffing or something like that, but I couldn't find the gluten-free stuffing at the store. Usually only see it around Thanksgiving for some reason. They don't carry it the rest of the year. Big mess with that one. Since this is Smokin, and it's a barbecue cookout challenge, I'll put a little barbecue sauce in it. We may put a little bit on it too later. Okay, now here's that fun part that y'all like to see me do. We're gonna get our hands in it. Let's get our pan over here before we do. mixed up pretty good. What do y'all think? We're gonna take it. We're gonna put it over here. Right in the pan. Everything off my hands. There's our meatloaf. Okay, now I got my hands washed. We'll bring them back on. Just more. Okay, so we got our meatloaf there. I'm gonna put a piece of aluminum foil on it. Now, just so it's not just sitting here open until we get out the side. Okay, and we got here. Okay. Alright, so our chicken's been in there about an hour and 15 minutes or so, maybe a little longer, I can't remember. So we're going to pour this liquid off. Then I'm going to found these at the Dollar Tree. Superior Traditions. This is a steakhouse. We're gonna put that on it. I forgot it's gonna come out that side real good. And that's got salt, garlic, pepper, crushed red, caraway seed, dill seed, and paprika. Okay, and then I've got same brand garlic and pepper. Oh, I ain't opened it yet. Because we like garlic. So I'm going to hit it with this garlic again. Okay, flip all these over. Hit them again. Basically using this as my dry rub. Like I said, we're going to make chicken salad out of these. Alright, I'm going to move those over into that other pan and we'll head out to the smoker. temporarily. Now we head out. Alright, so here's the fun part. Oh, and by the way, check out that thermostat. It's got smoke in blue and barbecue in red. It goes up to so far. But that was not purchased for this project. This was purchased for Peace, Love, and Hope's smoker. Because her, well, you'll see. But that is a reuse from her smoker. The only thing I purchased for this one was the Weber grill grate, and I think I'm going to get another one. That way I can do multi-levels in this. Right now we got the 3 screw levels. I'm going to put it on the middle one to start out because I just don't know. This is the first time I've used a smoker with charcoal. I've used an electric smoker before, but I haven't used a charcoal smoker, so I don't know how this is going to go. I got the pan and the basket, and we got some chunk charcoal, and then let me set y'all back. That's close enough. There. Let's go a little bit closer. Ha. There we go. And then we got a hickory tree here in the backyard. I've got some 4 little chunks of it, and then I've got some chips that I chipped up of a bigger one. Once the charcoal's going, we'll put that in there. I'm gonna light the charcoal, hang out. Okay, so I picked it up out of there and lit it. We're gonna let that burn just a minute, and then we'll once that charcoal gets going, we'll put the wood chips in and then put everything else in. We'll be back. Okay, so I got the charcoal burnt pretty good, and so it's still cooking. And we're gonna add our wood chips and wood logs. Got them in there. We got smoker rolling. So now we're going to put our grate in. And I put it on the middle level right below this. Meatloaf, we're going to take the lid off, and we're going to set it right down in there, over to one side like that. And the chicken, I'm going to put them right on the grill. Got me a skewer so that I didn't touch them while I'm out here. Those are laid right on the grill in there. Okay, I'll show y'all that. It's all in there. I put the standpipe on over there. We might take it back off though, because I don't know how well it'll really work. And I'm going to put the vent hole, close this down real good. Put our smoke hole back there. And then from previous projects, I got some squares of aluminum. We're going to partially block that off for now. I'm going to go about half to start with till our temperature starts rising. We may have to put some aluminum around the lid. It looks like our lid's leaking a little. So we'll go like this. Seal this thing up really good. Leaking anywhere else? Oh, still leaking. That's the only one thing I feared with our lid attachment. But yeah, we'll seal it up. That too will shoot it full of coffee. No, I'm just kidding. We won't shoot it full. Looks like I might have to go get another piece of aluminum foil. It won't hurt it to leak a little bit there. A little bit of heat coming out there. I don't think this is going to work though. Yeah, see how that changed and made the smoke go up faster? We'll not put that on there, and we'll let it run like that. See what happens. Alright, so it's been going a little while now. We still need to get up here to about, I think that's, I can't read it from here. We actually need to get it up here, right between smoke and barbecue. We want it right there, and then we'll set our timer. But temperature's still climbing steadily. It goes up another line every couple minutes. I've got the bottom vent full open. I've got the top vent at about half. We're just climbing. When we get the temperature I want, I'll close down the bottom one a little bit, and we'll let her run. I'll come back when it gets a little bit further up. Hold on. We got smoke rolling. just sitting there waiting. It's more of a set it and forget it. I don't really want to go in the house. I'd rather sit here and watch it. But hang out. We'll be back. Alright, so it's finally climbed up. I think it's stopped moving. It's somewhere around, let's see, what would that be? That would be right at 220. It might still be climbing a little bit, which is okay. I'm just gonna let her go ahead and climb. If it goes up into the barbecue realm, I'm just gonna let her roll. Still rolling the smoke. I still got that about half. Still got that full open. But I don't know. I think it stopped moving. It might still slowly be going. I can't tell. But we're gonna let her ride right there. We'll see what happens. Alright, so we should be at time. The temperature's still holding pretty high. We're gonna have to I gotta pull this off. Stick a probe in that meatloaf. See where we're at. See how hot this is. That's not too bad. There's the meatloaf and the chicken. We're gonna stick this probe right here in the middle of it. We're looking for at the least 165. Right there. That's 175 right there. Stick it in right here. Yeah, right there, 175 and still climbing. That's a done meatloaf. Okay. Now we got we'll go in this big piece of chicken here. We'll see what it says. Steadily climbing. I think that chicken is done too. Let's go in this one. Our coals are still going down there. We run out of smoke though. I think it burned up all the chips. Yep, there's that one too. Yep. Okay. Let's see if this is. See, it's not even. It's cool enough to where I can still pick up aluminum, of course. So I'll run the meatloaf in the house and come back after the chicken. Be right back. All right. Back with my pan. We'll get this chicken off here. Looks good too. Okay, set that over. I'll show you all this. So looks like the charcoal, ain't too much of it left. It could have, charcoal would probably last a little bit longer, but not too much longer. There's still those 3 big chunks left solid, but all of our actual wood pieces burn up. So, and it quit smoking probably, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes ago. So I'd say experiment success. I'm going to close up the caps. What do I do with the other? Alright, so now back in the house. Let's cut a few little pieces of this and see what it looks like. Looks like chicken to me. Oh, that's good. Okay. Oh, that meatloaf just fall apart. Look at that. Definitely don't need that. That right there's the stuff. Smoked meatloaf. Alright, so we got the chicken. It's been in the refrigerator all night. So now we're gonna chop it up and we're gonna turn it into chicken salad. Y'all stay tuned. Here we go. Say, shout out to Nothing Edited, shout out to Found It Buried, and shout out to Crazy Ed's Homestead Barbecue Cook-Off 2021. Much love. I'll catch y'all next time.